The absolute worst thing a team can do for their entire team, not just offense and defense, is having a bad offensive line. Take into account Drake May's rookie year. His first start was against a good Texans defense. Here is a sack play that happens. Now look, they are faking up the middle right here. So they're showing a double linebacker blitz into both of the A gaps. And Drake May motions the halfback over from his right side to his left side to help out with protection. This is his rookie year. And as soon as he snaps the ball, these linebackers bail. They drop into some cover. This corner up here is one-on-one. He's got this receiver, unless the receiver cuts in on a slant, and then that therefore goes to the linebacker due to the fact that they are in zone. But he felt that pressure up the middle immediately, so he knew he was going to have to get this ball off quick. But since the fake blitz happened, the offensive line last year, before they invested into it, they did not anticipate them backing off, so the tackle is now one-on-one. The halfback, who does end up running a route, but the halfback, he starts out as a blocker just in case, because they think, oh, well, blindside, that's why he motioned it over, blindside. But he feels this pressure immediately. And as you can see right here, they've got a tight end wide open in the flats. And this is easily, probably a 5-10 yard gain, maybe. Like that, potentially a touchdown if your tight end makes a play. But since he feels this pressure right here almost immediately, he gets sacked and there's nothing he can do. He also saw his wide receiver was one-on-one up here. So maybe I just take the chance. One-on-one, I'm getting blitzed. I figured I'll throw it to my wide receiver, but he does end up getting sacked. This was Drake May's rookie year, and this year they invested in their offensive line and they invested in their weapons. Now Drake May is an MVP candidate, at least the MVP runner-up, and their entire offense is amazing, and they're in the Super Bowl now. Not only does it hinder your quarterback, but it also hinders everybody else on your team. Your wide receivers can't develop if they can't run the proper routes. Here's another play from the exact same game in Drake May's rookie season against the Texans. He has a play action pass here, and his right here, he's got 3-2, all right? So his first read will be on the right side of the field. They're showing for linebacker, looks like he's a little bit antsy, might blitz, so he's keeping it aware. He's showing that he's in the stance, so it's just an awareness thing, right? But they end up only rushing 4 on this play action. And as you can see here, it looks like his wide receiver up here, press one-on-one. Maybe this guy is playing deep, so this is more than likely going to be his first read again, right? So he takes the play action. He's looking at his tight end. His tight end's running an out here, and maybe he can get it in there. Or he's seeing that this guy, he pressed him, but his hips aren't flipped. So if he's running a go route, he might be able to fit a soft spot in right here. But he goes to cock up the ball. I want you to watch 51 right here. 51 was one-on-one with the tackle, and they've got 4 people blocking 2 people right here. He goes to cock the ball, right? Maybe he was going to throw this out really quick and, just settle for a couple yards. But also, since his hips were flipped, he might just be throwing the go route. But 51 was one-on-one, and he feels the pressure. So instead of getting the ball out, he tucks it, and he gets sacked. Now, not only is this bad for Drake May, this looks bad on Drake May, but if you are the running back, the tight end, or the wide receiver, a bad offensive line hinders you as well. Caleb Williams is another person who falls under the exact same category. I mean, last year, the Bears went 5-12, and Caleb Williams was running around like a chicken with his head cut off. All right? Here is a play against Tennessee, who they didn't have a terrible defensive line last year, but they had a decent, outside of Jeffrey Simmons, they didn't really have anybody. Here it's going to be a play action. All right, it's going to be a play action. They've got the tight end back here. Tight end's going to motion out, and then he's going to line up to the line of scrimmage, not quite on it, but now it's in a heavy set. All right. They play action, and almost immediately, number 65 here lets his guy through, like, as soon as the ball is snapped. We've got one guy past 5 yards of the line of scrimmage, and he's got a dude right in his face immediately. So not only is this poor offensive line play hindering Caleb Williams, because now he's got to make a play or throw the ball away, but this also hinders Cole Kmet, DJ Moore, and DeAndre Swift, because all three of these guys are running a route right now, but one of them's literally like a yard in front of the line of scrimmage, and he's got 3 guys on him. The other one is about 5 to 6 yards past the line of scrimmage. He's also got 3 guys on him. And then DeAndre Swift, he's faking out the play action still. All right. So this play develops. Caleb Williams did what he did a lot in college, just started running around like a chicken with his head cut off. It looks like it was a screen here. All right. But this guy, it was a screen. This guy just immediately let his guy through. Screen or not, he was supposed to be blocking him, all right? And so he doesn't have enough time to get the screen off. He gets sacked, and then boom, loss of 19. Take the Browns into account this year. We had one of the worst offensive lines in the league, and not only does it hinder the passing game, I'm going to show you what happens when you've got good run blocking. Now, Quinshon Judkins, he didn't average a whole lot this year due to poor offensive line play, but look here. All right, Dillon Gabriel is going to take the snap, and as soon as he gets the ball, right, it's going to be kind of like a halfback slam. All right, he's going to be getting the ball right here. We've got about 2 guys on 2. All right, so that's an even play. He can read the hole. You've got the right guard. He's running up the gut, trying to get secondary. You've got the center. He's got his hand on with the left guard right here, and he's also trying to get up the secondary. But there's also this big hole right here, which leads you to be one-on-one with the safety, which as a running back, that is what you want. This is what happens when you get good run plays. But whenever this happens, running back does well. And here is what some bad offensive line play can do. Now, Quinshon Judkins is an electric player, okay? Now, watch here. They've got a 4-man front. They're in a 4-3-4, which means they've got 4 defensive linemen, 3 linebackers, and 4 DBs, all right? Whether that's corners and safeties. And we are in a heavy set. So we have you've got on the right tackle a tight end, and then you've also got either an extra tackle or another tight end here. It looks like they brought in a tight end on this play. So really, this blocking should be amazing for us. This is a run up the gut. You fake the jet, all right? Well, you don't fake the jet, actually. It's just a jet to see what coverage they're in. As soon as the ball is snapped, okay, your tight end is one-on-one with the edge. Your right tackle and your right guard are double teaming the right D tackle, and your right guard is going to be going up to the secondary and getting past the first level. Your center and your left guard are going to double team, and in a perfect world, the center pushes this left D tackle and pushes him enough so that the guard can hold him, and then your opposite tackle / tight end is just holding the guy, not actually holding, don't you dare get a penalty on me. He's holding the guy here and making sure he can't get you and just get through this hole, really. So he wants you to go outside, all right? But as soon as the ball is snapped, this guy right here decides he's going to abandon the double team early, and your right tackle here does not have nearly enough leverage on him, so he is going to be able to get through almost immediately for a 1-yard gain. And this is how a bad offensive line can hinder your entire offense, all right? It can hinder your quarterback, your tight ends, and your wide receivers, because if your quarterback's getting pressured, then he's not going to be thrown well enough, and your run game's going to get messed up, because then you get a running back who doesn't really look for holes. Like DeAndre Swift used to be really bad at this. He used to just like run at a hole and never like look for any open holes. He was told to run at the A gap. Even if the B gap was wide open, he'd still run at the A gap. That's why I think the first thing you need to rebuild with your team is always your offensive line, no matter what. You won't succeed if you've got nobody but bums on your offensive line. But I want to know your guys' opinions. What's the most important position on offense or the entire team? Let me know down in my comments and tell me the next thing you guys want me to make a video about. Peace.